At first glance, this village might seem like a typical German place. Everywhere you go, the German traffic regulations apply. In the morning, people greet each other with a hearty "Hallo," and in the evening, they gather at the Fachwerk-style tavern Deutsches Eck to enjoy schnitzel. But this village isn't located in Bavaria, North Rhine-Westphalia, or Saxony. No, this village is in the middle of Moscow. Far from its original homeland, it exists in the midst of one of Europe's largest metropolises, with nearly 13 million inhabitants. And to be more precise, it isn't just a village but an entire German district that is known throughout the city. Notably, the local German school has built such a strong reputation that even Putin sent his daughters there. However, in other respects, the area isolates itself from Russians, which has led to some highly curious conveniences and traditions. Today, the village faces numerous challenges, and many residents are already speaking of the impending end of their beloved German village. It's high time we take a closer look at this place. How did such a German-speaking enclave emerge in the heart of Moscow? What is life like there, and why is the village currently dying out? We'll explore all these exciting questions in today's video. Enjoy! The origins of the German village date back to the post-war period, when both West Germany, FRG, and East Germany, GDR, opened German schools in the Soviet capital. It began with the FRG, which, in the early 1960s, established a small embassy school with fewer than 100 students. The GDR soon followed, opening a significantly larger school in the southwest of Moscow in the early 1970s. This school featured an auditorium, a gymnasium, sports fields, a kindergarten, and space for over 400 children. Even before this, some Germans already lived in this southwestern district of the city. However, with the introduction of these schools, a genuine German-speaking enclave began to emerge. Many Germans living in Moscow or Russia were drawn there so their children could attend the local school. This naturally also included numerous representatives of the GDR in the USSR, such as embassy staff, trade representatives, diplomats, and officials of the socialist German state. But the most significant growth began after the fall of the Berlin Wall, when the two schools were merged and the modern Federal Republic of Germany took over the former GDR school. By then, the school had nearly 600 students and earned an excellent reputation across Moscow. The German federal government, which regularly inspects German schools abroad, confirmed this distinction, recognizing it several times as an excellent German school abroad. This reputation even seemed to reach the highest circles of Russian leadership as, according to the school, Russian President Putin sent his two daughters there. In 2016, Putin himself paid an official visit to the school as part of its Remember, Commemorate, Reconcile project, bringing it even more attention beyond the city limits. But let's jump back in time for a moment. Starting in the 1990s, the district experienced steady growth, becoming known as the German Village by both Germans and Russians. In the buildings, which still belong to the German Foreign Office today, more and more apartments were created, and additional high-rise buildings were constructed. However, the district stands out significantly from its surrounding neighborhoods. The first noticeable feature is a man-high dark green metal fence equipped with numerous surveillance cameras. This fence separates the residential area of the Federal Republic of Germany from everyday Moscow life. This measure, intended to protect diplomats, gave the district the reputation of being one of the best and safest residential areas in the entire city. In many other ways, the Germans living there also separate themselves noticeably from the surrounding Russians. Even today, German traffic regulations apply in the district's streets. The lawns are always meticulously mowed, and the menu at the local pub features almost exclusively German dishes. Almost everyone knows and appreciates one another through numerous barbecues, school events, and pub gatherings. The village community is considered excellent. However, it is now under increasing threat. This is partly due to the extremely high rents. While rents in the rest of Moscow have decreased due to several economic crises, rents in the German district have steadily increased. And this, despite already being more than twice as high as in the rest of the city. The landlord, the Federal Republic of Germany, ignores the logic of the Moscow rental market despite numerous complaints from residents. The German government frequently implements staggered rent increases, raising rents by 20% every 3 years. As a result, many can no longer afford to live there. Moreover, the German bureaucracy drives many residents to despair. And then, of course, there's the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which has plunged German-Russian relations to a historic low, further complicating life for Germans on site. The future fate of this extraordinary German village in the heart of Moscow remains uncertain.